Hi everyone! So I'm going to continue my series of the 5 core practices of spirituality. And the second topic I'm going to be talking to you about is compassion. So how I would describe compassion is a loving act of passion, accepting what is and without any resistance. Compassion is a non-judgmental way of looking at yourself and other people and of the world. And when you can harbor compassion and make it a part of your daily spiritual practice, you can begin to see yourself for who you are, and you can begin to see other people for who they are. I'm gonna give you an example. This past week, I was getting really upset and just beating myself up. And in that moment, the only thing that allowed me to see the light at the end of the tunnel was to say, hey, stop. I need my own love too, and this is the best opportunity for me to practice compassion towards myself. And when I did that, I could accept where I was in my heart and in my mind, and just understand that it's completely okay for me to be where I am and accept what is. And that's a way of showing compassion and love to yourself. And when you do that, you decrease your suffering and you allow awareness to come into your life of how you're self-sabotaging yourself and how you're really just bringing yourself down, when in reality the only thing you should be doing is bringing yourself up and empowering yourself. And the best way to do this is when you practice compassion on a daily basis. And that's why I think compassion is a huge part of spirituality, is because it teaches us that we're all in this together. We're not separate entities in these separate bodies. We're actually a collective consciousness of this whole existence, and we're all just one. That's essentially who we are. And when you practice compassion, you can see people for who they are, and you can see how we're all just connected. The trees, the animals, the birds, human beings, we're all just part of this huge collective consciousness, which is God consciousness. The opposite of compassion is judgment. So when you're operating at the frequency of compassion, you increase the vibration of your being and you feel good. Compassion is a state of allowing to be with the mind of the heart rather than the eyes of the ego, because all the ego wants to do is judge you, judge the other person, say something that is unnecessary, say something that's rude, say something that is blunt, say something that is totally not needed, because you just feel this, or the ego feels this need to make its judgments verbal and showcases what it thinks about something or someone or even about you. But when you can be still and listen with the mind of the heart and think from the mind of the heart, you can really harbor compassion. And even though that judgment might come up, oh, that person's outfit does not look really good, but you can still say, hey, they're still owning who they are. That's how you can switch it around and take judgment and transform it into compassion and uplift your vibrancy and uplift your mood. And also, essentially, when you're uplifting your mood, the people around you, you're subconsciously uplifting their mood as well. So I have this exercise for you. Connect with compassion. Make a list of things that invoke this feeling of compassion. What makes you feel compassion? What triggers that compassion to go off in your heart, to go off in your being? Is it seeing a baby smile? Is it seeing a homeless person on the street who is asking for change? What triggers compassion to go off? And really see how you feel when those experiences that you encounter where you have this feeling of compassion, really feel those experiences and try to understand, how can I overlap all this into all the other areas of my life? And most importantly, how can I bring this forth into myself and practice it towards my own way of thinking about who I am and my own way of uplifting and empowering who I am? When you choose to be compassionate, you choose to sit with the discomfort, to choose to sit with the pain, to choose to sit with the suffering. And that really takes a strong, courageous step to really open up yourself to be compassionate, because it brings up a lot of emotions that you don't want to deal with. But the only way to push through those blocks, those emotions of discomfort, pain, and suffering, is to be compassionate, is to feel it. And regardless of what you're going through, still at the end of the day, in that moment, choose to practice compassion instead of judging yourself or judging another person or being critical or being disempowering. That's how you elevate your being, and that's how you can elevate the way you operate. Allow that fear of the emotions that will come up when you choose to be compassionate to empower you rather than scare you. Choose it as a way to grow. Choose it as a way to get to know who you are, and choose it as a way to get in touch with those feelings and emotions and say, hey, I feel like crap and I don't like the way I feel right now, but I'm gonna choose to allow these feelings to empower me rather than scare me, and I'm going to choose to practice compassion. And that's how you can harbor this deep sense of compassion for yourself and for other people. I hope you will try out the exercise I mentioned in this video, and tell me in the comments below what you think compassion is, and tell me one way which you practice compassion towards yourself. If you'd like, please click the subscribe button. It's free and it really helps me just to get some feedback. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/dearkajal. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day. Bye!